currently leading the series with 1-0, the playoffs buff in full effect.
Sure is here. 5 point from both sides. Lithium will be a slow start. B-Boy damage step up. Seos is here. There's going to be no follow-up, though. Oh, well, they walk in the mid lane. Tenno's maybe in trouble. He's going to be fine.
We can talk about a little bit of stats here for a second, X-Men, as everyone is just poking each other. Seos just taking his second L for Nautilus, but the more important one that I want to focus on is the one coming up right now. And that is Visor. 4-0 on Jax this season.
I mean, that's incredible numbers. Obviously, damage undefeated on Rakan here as well. Wiser undefeated on Jax. This is an Exodia comp for Pain Gaming. Holy cow. The numbers on these champions are incredible. Bivoy, being your weakest link there in those statistics is a very comfortable position for Pain Gaming to be in, right? This is a team that plays through solo lanes, tries to get Denkato accelerated. Wiser knocking them down with the big picks there as well. He had the Scion last game, and I got to tell you, for a hyper tank, that pick was dealing a lot of damage. He's got the Jax now. What in the world is he going to do with this? I just can't imagine Lithy, the damage he'll output in these late game team fights. It's going to be incredible. And Robo's left on this Aatrox, a very untested pick so far this split, to have to deal with it. It's going to be a tough one, I would think, for Loud in game 2. This is not the time in the series they need to be giving up momentum to Pain Gaming. That's a good way to lose a quick game 3 and get 3-0'd out of the tournament.
That would be a shame. I'm here for 5 games, X-Men. But yeah, now the Aatrox is something interesting we'll need to keep an eye on. But when I first came to CBLOL, X-Men, I was told stories about Robo and his Aatrox. So signature pick at the very least, and I don't think he'll have too much trouble in this lane, is what you would think. But look at Wiser just going ham with the Conqueror stacks, completely outplaying Robo. Takes a little bit too much damage here from the minions, but the first exchanges were good. And look at that. Karaoke already in the enemy jungler's face again, as Croc is looking for another early invade. Did he actually steal the Gromp just now?
I think he might have there. As well as the invades are starting to get a little crazy from Croc. The pathing here, 3 camp clear top side into bot side invade. Very powerful from him, relying on the weakness of the Ezreal pick in the early game to be able to invade Karaoke once again. Croc is a menace on the Rift.
And look at what this did to Karaoke. Because he was disrupted at the Gromp after going red into bot side. He's forced out of the bot side jungle because he knows that the info is there on his position. He cannot get anything rolling on bot lane anymore.
Really expert jungling from Croc and able to force Karaoke into a position where he's just kind of in no man's land, nothing to do for the next 15 seconds. I'll tell you, Lithy, as a jungler, it's a dangerous position to be in, right? You're 4 minutes into the game, you got nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. It's back to Krugs. And you're kind of just admitting defeat at that point.
In the meantime, bot lane is going to be some damage traded. You can see how comfortable Loud is now feeling. Raud and Seer is just popping off in terms of damage. And Croc is here once again with Karaoke just sitting in the top lane, looking for lane gank, actually. So cross-map plays being lined up here. Let's see if that works out while the platings are going to get into Raud's pockets.
There's enough safety here left over. Oh, whoa, no, Robo!
He missed the flash! Oh, Karaoke misses the flash. Vault Breaker doesn't get the CC, and Robo gets to walk away. Still solid advantage gained at the top lane, but that was an unfortunate miss on that summoner.
Yeah, that's tough for Karaoke. When you don't have camps left available, you have to default to the gank. Robo should know this, but he does burn the flash in an attempt to get away, and that'll give a little advantage over in the 1v1 to Wiser. So, misplays from both sides. I would call Karaoke's misplay a little bit larger, though. That's really unfortunate for him there. Wiser picking up the call here, too, asserting his dominance in the lane. Ooh, First Dragon is up now as well. Croc potentially angling for that. We see him in the top side now, clearing up camps. He'll have to move to the bottom side soon.
No vision on Tinons in the river as well, so it's not a comfortable position for the Pain Gaming bot lane to be in. You can see Raud and Seos already looking for priority to shove this lane out, so this dragon can be taken for free. We saw the same thing in the first game, Loud getting on this dragon, stacking very, very early. And once again, we are on to that. This time around, it's an Infernal Drake, and that is a very, very solid dragon to pick up early.
Oh yeah, really nice early dragon here as well. Not a Hextech dragon either, which is good statistically for both sides. But, you know, more fireworks is certainly fun in my book here. Loud going to start that one up early, really establishing their personality as a team. With the dragon stacking here a little bit more as well. Rude with the nice early game there in the Xayah. And Nautilus able to rotate up here and protect Croc.
What I'd be curious about is once we are talking about these early objectives, right? Oh, never mind. Wiser popping the ult for the moment. Tinone's in the area. He gets out with a lamp strike, but is it enough? A flash is available, and Karaoke is coming around the corner, still level 5 on this Vi. The flash out of the Glacial Tomb gets CC'd. The Counter-Strike turnaround. Wiser doesn't get it almost. It would have been one more auto attack. In the meantime, in the bot lane, Damage gets taken out. Beautiful push here by Rout as it's 2 quick kills fall out on their cross-map exchange. And Seos going in for more. Pain Gaming falling apart in the first 7 minutes.
Nautilus loves a good dive here. They'll have to play a little bit slower moving forward, though. We'll have to get the replay on that top lane play, surely. That was incredible. Tinone's excellent timing up topside there. Wiser would surely have won the 1v1 play with Robo, as it was such tight margins for the Aatrox there, but he's able to pull it out through and through with the roam from his mid laner. That's an incredible play from the Lissandra, and they're able to shut down Wiser early, make that cull look a little bit of a silly purchase for him there. Still playing for that late game, still playing for the CS numbers, and he'll eventually get that cult down, but it's going to be a while now as Robo really gets a leg up in that lane.
That is a massive, massive boost. Completes the boots. And in the meantime, Wiser with a cull just sitting on a bunch of different pieces. He's going to be very happy to just farm up a little bit, but we're still talking about a level 6 Jax, right? So he's going to be a menace. But let's first look at how Damage died in the bot lane.
Yeah, not the replay I thought we were going to get, but really just a sick hook with an absolutely incredible blade caller here. And the damage from Raud is just so incredible. They go for the big hook as well. Dive, 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 and nothing really to follow up with, but nice little replay for you there. Damage really showing the kind of danger he can be in. This is the first Rift Herald that will go down early to Loud. You recall Karaoke picked up the last one in game 1.
This is something I wanted to see from Loud, right? They had the early focus on the dragons, or they, in general, very tight packed objective focused in game 1 already. The only thing they were not caring about and not playing around well were these early heralds. This time around, they're adapting that aspect of their game plan, pick up the first herald as well, and this is gonna snowball the gold lead they've started to accumulate even more, especially if you can get it set up for a nice bot lane play. You'll have a Xayah around the 10-12 minute marks that's almost unstoppable.
Look at Karaoke. He's in the wings. He's got double buffs. Could be Q over the wall. Could be flash here as well, as the Vi has both. Those double buffs would be a nice prize for Robo. He's got the Q up here. You're not getting close enough with that. There's the white flag for you there. Karaoke get a sweeps of vision out. Maybe go in for the double up here, but I don't think they dive Robo. I think you will remain safe for the time being.
Yep. And in the meantime, Seos just using that opportunity of Karaoke showing on the top side to get a deep vision line established in the enemy jungle, find more information. Croc is around, and even Tinodes is being pulled bot lane for the dive, for the herald play, and the turret first blood for Rout. That is a massive gain for Loud. I love this bot lane play being set up, committing on it. It's going to snowball this game even further.
So it's got plenty of room on that play as well. 4-2 down bot side. They're going to proxy some of these waves. Let the waves crash into that bottom lane turret and slowly tick away in the plating. There's still 4 minutes left up on the plating. Seos still has flash. He's got ultimate now up too, so lots of room for him.
You can take this turret without the herald.
Oh, you absolutely can. Yeah, no, with 3 members down there. Nice big damage from the Croc. Yeah, no, you take this down nice and easy. Sanos going to back off, get a little bit less armor on the turret.
So what I'd like to know from you, Axeman, in this scenario now, right? Because Loud is abusing the fact that Pain gave this up so willingly, excellently. But this also means they still have the Herald ready. Where do you get more of an advantage? Do you get more of an advantage opening the game up on mid lane? Or do you actually funnel this Herald and the plating gold into top lane supporting Robo?
I think at this point, it's a question of less about like who you want to feed, who you want to shut down, and just staying away from Dunkado, right? This whole game blows up if Dunkado gets a triple kill under a turret or gets some weird play or stuff like that. And I think if anything, you just play through the side lanes, drop it top lane, try to shut down Wiser, and just play everywhere else but the middle lane. I know it's an unorthodox way to play League of Legends, but holy cow, this Veigar scares me, right? Like I'm gonna have nightmares about the Veigar tonight. It is an incredibly strong pick, and Dunkado is the strongest in the league on this pick. They'll drop the Rift Herald mid, actually, as they get the Veigar to leave the middle lane. And they will force some of these turret platings off. Damage and B-Void trying to defend here. So the lane swaps come through, and it will be the middle lane.
Yeah, 2 additional platings into the bags of around another 2 minutes to go on this extra gold as the second dragon is up. It's a Hextech Dragon. Loud will pick this one up uncontested. By now, we are 12 minutes in, X-Men, and 4k gold in the lead for Loud here in Game 2. These guys are not letting the results of Game 1 influence them at all.
No, not whatsoever. They're playing so strong. And Game 1 looked a lot like this as well, right? We saw Robo in a little bit shakier of a pick, didn't quite have the advantages he had in this game, but you see the comfort coming through, man. It just all locks in. All the emotions for him there are all centered. He's in his groove, in his lane here, and looking much, much better than the Kennen pick. I think the Kennen pick might be better technically, but this is just a little bit more comfortable for him.
Yeah, you could tell, especially once we got into the mid game, into the map positioning, right, that he was a little bit uncomfortable on that pick, getting caught out every now and then. And ultimately, he had some really good ults. His team fighting was on point. But all in all, I'm pretty sure that a champion as comfortable, I'm just gonna say, as Aatrox serves him much, much better. The big question is, what are you gonna do about Wiser, right? Because this man is just standing in the top lane, farming up. He's gonna proc his call in a few waves, 36 stacks left on that. It seems like the answer is, we'll just dive him. Just dive him, bro.
Dive, dive, dive. Full submarine mode up here, 4v3. And Wiser will be escorted out. Holy cow. Man, oh man, that's a close one.
Yep.
The plate's going down to Loud now. They still got 30 seconds to take those plates down, but it's the 4v4.
Oh, never mind! Going hard into the backline with the True Shots Barrage, connecting onto Seos. The damage is good, but now the Cyclone turn around and Wiser gets blown to pieces. Garyuk finally shows up and gets exploded everywhere. Loud on 100 HP. And now Tinones comes in. Double kill for Robo. And no one dies. This is absolutely disgusting for Loud. They pick up 4 on the top lane, a turret to boot, and good lord, the gold lead is up to almost 8k.
Yeah, like 7,000 gold here, Lithy. The Baron hasn't even spawned. Baron, we're 14 minutes into the game. That's crazy. Look at the replay. Sales gets knocked down super early. The True Shot Barrage comes through out of nowhere and takes him almost down, but he goes golden. Keep in mind, no one from Loud dies this fight. Look at the health bars, Lithy. I can't believe it, Croc. The way they juggle the turret aggro is so incredible. Robo's going to take another couple of shots here. Watch this. He steps forward. And then takes another few shots, and they will all survive this fight. I cannot believe it. They take that turret down. In recompense, look, they're already back onto this Rift Herald, Lithy. They're getting absolutely everything on Summoner's Rift.
Look at the plating gold, Axeman. 11 to 1. 1.9k gold.
Ooh.
Just through platings for Loud. That is a massive number. I think that's one of the highest I've seen across all the regions, all split. Good lord. Loud off to a banger start here in Game 2, and this kind of betrays the weak performance, I almost want to call it, in Game 1, where Pain had an incredible mid-game. And this is something we need to talk about now, right, X-Men? Because as incredible as Payne's mid game was in game 1, do you see that even happening in this game 2 with how far ahead Loud is by now?
No, there's
Never
just
mind.
no way. This seems like yeah, if they're able to pick Kato like that, certainly they will absolutely be able to win this game. Kato really the only mainstay I think it's worth mentioning. Ezreal certainly has a lot of safety as well, and could potentially play for picks.
This is the fastest inhibitor we've seen all season. Okay, I am pretty sure.
I don't think they're going to end the game here, but if they do, this would be the fastest pro game maybe ever.
Well, Void gets engaged on. Tinons doesn't have the ult, and here's the re-engage damage, looking for the quickness. Robo,
they're
still at half HP. This is the world ender running. Because this Aatrox is still super, super dangerous. They got the charge off onto their Nexus turret, and Route, looking for a re-engage, goes in with a Blade Caller, but can't quite find the damage onto Wiser, and it's a little bit too dangerous to stick around. But 16-minute inhibitor. In general, you'd usually not see teams take this.
No, not at all. But also not stick around and try to make a play for the Nexus, right? Kind of half-hearted. They don't have a wave, so no real way onto the Nexus. But I appreciate the nod there. If they get a triple kill for whatever reason off a bad engage there from Payne, they could have potentially ended. And I don't know if that would have been the fastest pro game ever. It might be the fastest postseason game ever in pro play, and I would feel comfortable calling it that. At 16 minutes. That seems pretty reasonable to me, and I appreciate the look there from. I don't think it was likely, but they look for it anyway. They're going to set up vision around the bottom side of the map here, play for this third dragon. It will be Mountain Dragons again here for them, protecting their team comp a little bit more, making them even more difficult to kill. And that will be a strong position for Loud to be in. They are up. Doing the math, they have 8K. That gold is extended even further here, Lithy.
And let's be real here for a second, X-Men. 8K gold plus, and this is only gonna get more over the next few minutes, right? This is already a gold difference where we usually talk about an unwinnable game for the other team, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Taking the camps away from him.
Yeah, because you don't even get to go into your own jungle. Everything is warded up. Everything is controlled by Loud. Now that your 2 turrets are gonna fall, the remaining 2 that are still up, you have super minions rolling down mid lane where you need to invest at this stage of the game. Just looking at the items, it's 1 item completed at best for everyone on Pain Gaming. They need to invest 2 people to just keep the super minions from killing the Nexus, and now this inhibitor is gonna fall. Second inhib at 18 minutes 20. TP now coming through from Wiser, looking for the flank, but the fight is already way underway, and down goes the Vi. Tinons flashes out into the back line, and here comes Rout with the Xayah, putting on a clinic once again. Robo taking up all the attention at the Nexus turrets, and Seos finds another hook. The inhibitor goes down, and Loud are looking to end the game sometime soon.
Yeah, sometime very soon. They're taking the resets here. Tinnos was allowed to survive that fight as well, so he still remains deathless here too. Gonna reset, and looks like he picked up the Leandris. He's working on that Zonius there as well. So that's it. The interesting part about this game coming to a close so early, right, is that a lot of the members, even of the winning team of Loud, who have all the gold in this game, aren't even at 2 items yet, right, on those major carries. Route looking at 2.5 items now, even at the 19-minute mark, is so accelerated, does so much damage, is almost at that 3-item mark. I mean, you're talking about 3 items at like 30 minutes normally, right?
And against an Ezreal with 1.5.
Yeah, with just the 1 item, and he's got it here at 19 minutes. That's
look at this gold graph, man.
The gold graph just is a absolute mountain range there, and it is all blue. Pick on Tinnos could be huge for him here. Big.
Yeah, still has a claw. Just got level 13. He has no flash TP, a few more seconds, but here is Loud. The cavalry coming in. And Tinons looking for an engage. Gets knocked up with the season desist. Goes to Golden into the stopwatch. And here is the rest of the team. Cyclone going hard. And down goes the Vi once again. Wiser in a 1v5. Can't do anything. And Robo, the front line. Blowing the trumpets, the horns of war as Tinons just straight TPs into the base and is eyeing up the Nexus turrets. Loud will want to finish. Can they get it below 21 minutes, X-Men? That is the big question. The minion waves are gonna fall. It's a Nexus turret at half. And this one is going down. Baron has been up for 30 seconds, and this game is over. Damage, looking for another quickness in. The Vega damage, not even enough. Dinquito can pick up nothing. The Nexus blows to pieces, and Loud with a clinic 20 minutes and 46 seconds game are gonna come back strong in game 2.
Oh my gosh, Lithy, if you told me going into this game 2 that it would be a 20-minute victory for Loud, incredibly dominant